I'm Mohamed, the CEO and co-founder of Kolena. We're building a testing infrastructure for machine learning. All the backend office tasks, from managing Carta and onboarding employees and Gusto and taxes, I'm thinking about the accounting, all this backend kind of work. I haven't thought about it since we started working together, and that is a lot of work. So that's one of the things that has been really helpful with. I guess if in the earlier days I would have just tried to learn it and did it myself, would have slowed me down a lot. Later, I think I would have started thinking about having somebody help, maybe an assistant who was working with me, or having somebody, part-time. But I would have, the moment I had realized it's a lot of work, I probably would have started thinking about somebody to help. I don't know if you'd like this answer, but I don't know if there are other competitors. I just am very happy with Levy. But in general, if I would have thought, well, I would have done it myself, and then I would have thought of looked out for services like this or somebody to help. I think a lot, because in the very beginning, in the setup was a lot, like when we were setting up the company and everything, that was a lot. When we started growing the team, and then the more you grow the team, the more everybody has questions. Okay, what are our benefits here? How do we do this? Now, these things I see it like impossible for founders to deal with, where if we don't have Levy helping, then probably I would have tried to help myself. Like it's I can't quantify it in hours, but I would say at least maybe 5 to 10 hours a week. I'll be disappointed. I'll try to hire somebody. If you disappear, I'll try to hire from your team as well, because they are the best. If I'm thinking about hiring somebody in this role, I will not rely just on the interviews, because it's not like a technical interview that you can figure out this person knows what they want. So I have to rely more on network or people who have references from people I know. So that I will rely more on that end, and then how I will hire somebody with more experience, let's say a senior person, 5 to 7, 8 years experience, so that I don't have to train or do that. So I would have, in general, for this role, I would look for somebody in network, or somebody who we have good references, so we know that they can do what they say they can do, and then I don't have to onboard them. They will onboard the rest of. I would say there's a lot of work. I said that myself. You guys have different plans, and we are in the higher plan where we have somebody who's hands-on with us. I saw the value in the very beginning, and when things slowed down, I was thinking about, do we need to downgrade to other plans? You can have a couple months of down operations because you're focusing on other stuff in the business. But the moment you start hiring after 5 people, I would say there's a lot of unknowns that just keep popping up all the time. Even if I know the answer, it takes a lot to just pay attention to that. I feel that when they work with us, they have the same sense of ownership like a partner or like an employee. So I didn't feel like we're working with a vendor in that sense. But on the other hand, because they are the only ops person, so they're not connected with product and related stuff. So yeah, they don't feel like a part of the team but they are true partners in the sense of like full ownership. I personally, since we started working together, I haven't thought about the back-end office, and I trust when the OP tells me this is done, this is not done, it will be done. I just don't think about it. After now, it's been over a year or a year and a half. They earn my trust enough that I don't think about what's on their plate. Just running in the back end, I feel like I have a lot of freedom to think about what I need to think about for the business. Yeah, I definitely recommend for a funded startup, don't think about it. Just go ahead and start working on it, working with Levy. And definitely after that, you can decide if you have less work, but I'll be surprised if you decide to move on. But if you're a funded startup, I don't see the need for you to keep thinking about all this stuff that's taking you away from the business.
No.
I did actually recommend that to several of my friends.